Hello and welcome back to another Gunpla unboxing. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this to show up this early, but well, it's here, so let's get this open. Get a shot for the thumbnail, as usual, and give me a moment to get this stuff all sorted out so we can actually go through it. Alright, I got everything out and fairly sorted, so let's get into it. Obviously the usual card. And that's nice, he did actually include the GOG sticker, so I'll probably be sticking that like here-ish. Not right now, but... Actually, yes, right now. There we go. That's the flattest one of these stickers has been. Anyway, before we get into the actual kits, I did get another entry nipper, this time in gray, because unfortunately, you can, if it'll focus, come on. Yeah, I don't know how this happened, but they got a little dinged up, let's say. So I needed new blades. I'm probably gonna just swap the handles, because I actually do like the white, but yeah, unfortunately I had to get another pair of these. That said, I've had these entry nippers for like over a year now, and honestly, for like $10, I don't mind just picking up another one. Anyway, moving on to the first kit that I got. The Customize Effect Action Image for Red. I really wish they would name these a bit better, but yeah, I've been waiting on this for a while. Finally got it in stock. I wanted the red ones because, I mean, it looks way cooler. I don't really need to take these out of the bag, you can see everything that comes with them right there. But I do look forward to cutting these out and reviewing them. Alright, next up is the double rebake rifle. This comes from the Astray, you know, the upgrade to the no-name Astray. I actually did get the no-name rifle like over a year ago, but I used it for a custom, so I never actually reviewed it. But I will be reviewing these before I inevitably use them for a custom. But these are actually pretty cool, honestly. Definitely a duplicated runner in there. So yeah, it is completely symmetrical. Let's see. Yeah, it does actually come with a couple of tiny wires, pre-cut wires from the looks of it, which is an odd choice. I honestly would have preferred if they just included one long one so I could just have a long bit if I felt like it, but hey, whatever. Not entirely sure what I'm going to use these for a custom, but I did want to do something with them and I thought they looked cool. Anyway, this is actually a fairly small order, all things considered. It wasn't cheap, as you'll see, but it was fairly small. That said, next up is a pretty big kit. The high-grade New Gundam, which is something that I've been wanting to get for a while, and I finally bit the bullet on it because it's pretty expensive in Canada. I guess I'll have to review this next. I don't mind painting the bit of yellow that needs to be painted on this. Pretty much everything else is color separated, so it's not really that big a deal. And these are the center parts of the funnels, so it's pretty much just the parts, yeah. This here, which is actually separated enough, I can just paint all those really easy and then put it together, so that's not even a problem. That vent needs yellow trim. That's actually pretty easy. I can actually do those vents really well now because I actually learned how to do it. Other than that, the yellow on the toe, which thankfully Vallejo Mecha Yellow actually isn't that bad, so it's fairly easy to paint that. And yeah, the gunmetal frame, which doesn't bother me, but I am kind of worried about the nubs. Because gunmetal is a color that nub marks are really obvious on, and Mostly I'm worried about the hands, but hey, there's no nubs actually on the thumbs. It's all on the bottom of the hand, so it's probably not going to be that bad. I'm really wondering what that part is. I guess I'll find out when I build it. So yeah, the rifle and bazooka are almost fully color correct. You have to do a little bit of painting on the bazooka, but it's not that bad. I'll probably end up using those stickers because they're both on white. I may eventually get the real grade water slides to put on it, but for now I'll probably just use the stickers. It's not that bad. I really hope I don't have to paint the inside of the shield. I don't actually remember what color it is in the actual movie. I'll have to look that up. I know that most of this is color correct, but I'm not sure if the white here is supposed to be... anyway, most of it is color correct, like I said, and even the red squares on the back skirt are color correct on this. I do have to paint these, but that's not a big deal. And yeah, the the entry grade just got announced. I guess I'll wait to see what the head looks like. And I may end up getting it for the front skirt to swap over to. But if the head looks better, I'll probably buy it just to swap the head onto this. Though honestly, this head looks really good. Unlike the RX-78 Revive, I don't think I'm gonna like the entry grade head on the new more. I will still get the new anyway, just because, well, why not? That might end up being what I use the rebake rifle with. Anyway, let me get this put away and move on to the final kit in this order. Like I said, it's a small order, but it wasn't cheap. And this is why. High grade Getter Arc. This is a big kit. This is a master grade sized box. For scale, it's about 2 high grades wide, though it's actually not that thick. So, let's get this open. This is not the normal Gundam red. I think this is Sazabi red, which is good because I have Sazabi red paint, so I can just paint the shoulders without having to bother with those stickers, which is nice. These are here. There's a bunch of those. The thighs, which are fairly simple, but whatever. The ear, I can never remember what the proper names for this stuff is. No nubs on those. It's actually a separate piece in the head, which is nice. All the green is color separated. Yeah, these are what I was talking about with the shoulders. I can just paint that. That's easy enough. Same thing with the darker red on the head. Where's the eyepiece? Oh. Behind the sticker for the eyepiece. Are the pupils molded? Yes, I think. Kind of hard to tell, to be honest. Oh well, a couple little tiny dots of red are not hard to paint anyway. And also, this gold actually looks fine. I don't have any complaints with it. It's a little bit more swirly than I would have liked, but hey, it's actually a pretty good shade of gold. It's not Hyakushiki gold, but it doesn't look like mac and cheese. Here we go, the leg, which is the other one of those runners. And the final white runner, which has Thunder Bomber, hips, back of the chest, the other thigh has duplicate runners. And the duplicate silver runner, which has the tomahawk, joints, and actually has 2 of the connectors, which I kind of feel like they could have cut those off, but whatever. Yeah, and Action Base 4 with a nice red base. And a stapled manual, which is... I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting a stapled manual, essentially since this thing is actually fairly simple. They probably could have made this just fold out, but I do appreciate a proper manual. See, I would like to build this first, but I kind of want to save it for a bit, just because it's so big. This runner doesn't even fit in that way. Anyway, we get them all together and then we'll do a group shot and wrap this up. And there's everything I got. The stickers behind Arc. Don't really need that there. Yeah, I'm very excited to take a look at all of these, especially the two on the back. Ooh, ooh. Hopefully Arc gets added to the next console Super. Hopefully it gets added to 30 at some point, though given the data mines that's not likely, but I'll hold out hope. Anyway, let me know what you're excited for down in the comments. Subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when the reviews come out. And as always, until next time, happy building.